Hi, everyone. Thank you for your interest in Pickerington School's Virtual Learning Academy. My name is Brian Seymour, and I am the Director of Instructional Technology, as well as I will be for next school year serving as the lead administrator for the Virtual Learning Academy. So this is our informational video series about some changes and some new things that we're having for the VLA for next school year. This is video number 3, and this is all about the courses that are going to be offered and available in the VLA for next school year. So let's start out with the elementary. They're the easiest. So kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, and fourth grade. You will have an ELA course, an English Language Arts course, a math course, a science course, a social studies course, and as well as you will have access to art, music, gym, and technology. So pretty much the exact same format that you would get in a face-to-face building. So pretty easy. Schedules will change a little bit depending on how we are doing all this. Teachers will probably be the same teacher for the entire grade level. Depends, once again, all on enrollment pieces as we go through. Moving over to middle school, kind of the same thing. Grade 5, grade 6, you'll have an English Language Arts class, a math class, a science class, a social studies class, and then you'll also have access to an art, music, gym, and technology class as we go through there as well. For grades 7 and 8, now we start to get a little bit more selective on the courses that we have. So in grade 7, you will have access to English Language Arts, Gifted 8. In math, you'll have Math 7 or Advanced Math 7, 8 or Algebra 1. Science, Science 7 or Advanced Science. And social studies, you'll have access to Social Studies 7. We'll talk about electives here in a second. In 8th grade, you'll have ELA 8, English 9, Math 8, Algebra 1, Honors Geometry, Science 8, Integrated Science, and Social Studies 8. Now, just a reminder, for any of those courses that you see that say Gifted or Advanced or Algebra 1 or Integrated Science, there are protocols and processes that students have to meet to be able to get into those. So some of those are they have to be identified as gifted in English Language Arts or gifted in math, or they had to go through Gateway or those types of things. So to get into those types of programs, please check out the Gifted page on the PLSD website under Teaching and Learning. There'll be more information there about those different programs and if you're interested in those types of things. Now, the elective pieces with this, we are going to offer for 7th and 8th graders these electives fully virtual. So physical education, fitness and nutrition, health, exercise science, flex, which is a foreign language exploratory course, social justice, music appreciation, and personal development. So those will be available through virtual means. We are looking at creating some more virtual electives for the following school year, not for this next school year, but for the following one. So then that way kids don't have to repeat courses through those electives as we go through. The other piece to this is band and orchestra. We know that band and orchestra are very important here in Pickerington. Unfortunately, band and orchestra do not go very well online. There's just a lag when we're trying to play with people that are face-to-face and those types of things. So if your student wants to do either band or orchestra, you have the option of bringing your student into school to take those courses. So there will not be any transportation provided by the district for those, but if your student wants to do band or orchestra during that period, we will ask you to bring the student in. The other piece that will happen is if you decide to do band or orchestra, you will lose out on the option of scheduling an additional elective because you're going to need that time for travel purposes to either get there or get back home or vice versa. So during band and orchestra, whenever that course is offered, you would not have another elective. You would just have your 4 core courses and then band or orchestra as you went through. And now with the high school. All high school courses, depending on where the student is at in their progression and in their course offerings. So English Language Arts will obviously have ELA 9, ELA 10, ELA 11, and ELA 12. In math, we'll have Algebra 1, Algebra 2, Geometry, and Statistics. In science, we'll have integrated science, biology, chemistry, and physics. Social studies, we'll have world history, American history, principles of democracy, economics, and psychology. And then there are some virtual electives that we will be offering this year, and those are online CCP courses, so college credit plus courses where students are earning college credit as the same time that they're earning high school credit. There are requirements and a process to get involved into those. So if you're interested in any of those, I would check that out as soon as you possibly can on the Teaching and Learning website on the district site. We also have a program through the University of Cincinnati called the Early IT program, where students that are interested in an IT career can actually get a whole year's worth of college done and out of the way before they even leave high school, and then they get direct enrollment right into the University of Cincinnati. It's a pretty cool program. And then we also have this program which we called Graduation Alliance. We are changing it around a little bit this year, but they were some personal development courses, some employability skills courses, some of those types of things that are available during for virtual electives. Now, let's talk about all the other electives. So for those of you that have taken a look at the course guide for Pickerington High Schools, there's a lot of options to be able to be done. And the unfortunate thing is we cannot offer all of those courses virtually. Because what would end up happening is we would have one kid in this course and one kid in this course and one kid in that course. And that's just not fiscally responsible for us to only have a class of one kid. That would take us to add a ton of more teachers, which would take on a bunch more payroll into the system. So what we are offering this year is that the high school VLA is actually going to change and become the high school daily hybrid model. So what this means is students would take their core courses virtually in the morning and then be asked to come into school for their elective courses. We want to make sure that we are offering and having all of the options available to the VLA students that we have to our face-to-face traditional students. And to provide those, this is the only way that we can do this with the small amount of numbers of students that were interested in the Virtual Learning Academy. When we did our interest survey a few months ago, we only had about 115 high school students between the two high schools that were interested in the VLA. So to be able to do this well and to be able to give your students all of the opportunities that the rest of our students have, this is really the only option to be able to do this. So what would this schedule look like and what would a student see? So here's a sample high school schedule. So the student would choose from the different core courses that they need to take. So the English course, the math course, the science course, and the social studies course that we just went through. That would be periods 1 through 4. And yes, this is going to follow the exact high school schedule. So that way we make sure the elective courses match up at the end of the day. So then starting in period 5, all of our VLA students will have a study hall. And all of our VLA teachers will also be available at that exact same time. All of our VLA teachers will have ongoing office hours during that period, and students can pop in and out of their Google Meets during their office hours and be able to ask questions. So students not only will have access to their teacher during their scheduled period time, but they will have access to all of the VLA teachers, the core VLA teachers, during that asynchronous study hall time. Period 6 would then serve as a lunch/travel period, so that would give them a good 40-45 minutes to eat and be able to get into school. And then periods 7 through 9 would be elective periods for VLA students. Now, traditionally, freshman, sophomore, we only ask for 6 courses, so they would only need to take 2 electives. But if they'd want to take a third, they're more than welcome to. And then juniors and seniors, if you want to take more, you're more than welcome to take more as well too. We are asking for it to be periods 7 through 9 because that gives us some flexibility to make sure that we can offer everything throughout the course catalog. So those are the different courses that are now available through the VLA. Our hope is as we grow and continue to be successful with the Virtual Learning Academy, our goal is that we'll create more and more virtual courses that will be available to kids down the road in the next year or so, and then be able to offer a wealth of courses, even courses that we currently don't even offer in our current traditional schools through this virtual method. So as always, if you have any questions about the Pickering Inn Virtual Learning Academy, please feel free to reach out to us. We've created an email address, which is vla@plsd.us. Those emails will come directly to me, so I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions that you may have of the Virtual Learning Academy. So once again, thank you for your interest in the Virtual Learning Academy, and please have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.